Good morning, and Happy New Year. Let's call this meeting to order at 11 o'clock. And it's Chief Secretary, the statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act into the record.
This meeting is being held in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, with the notice of reorganization meetings advertised in the November 27, 2023 edition of the Trenton Times. The meeting notice was provided to the Hunterdon County Democrat, the Trenton Times, the listserv, department heads on Tuesday, December 26, 2023. The meeting agenda provides for action items known at the time of publication and is being streamed. This meeting is being streamed live and recorded using the Zoom meeting platform. Roll call.
Yes, please.
Councilwoman Kaminsky. Here. Councilwoman-elect Lambert. Here. Councilman Rye.
Here.
Councilman-elect Stegman.
Here.
Mayor Noah.
Here. Everyone, please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for a moment of silence in honor of all our volunteers. I'll also ask you to remain standing beyond that so Reverend Don can do the invocation. Pledge of allegiance to the United States of America, and to the honor and praise against one nation for the God and his own. Thank you, Reverend Don.
January 1st always seems like a day when we reflect a bit on the past year and look ahead to the next. I consider it a luxury that we get to do that. That for most of us, our lives don't demand our daily energy to just survive. Many aren't nearly so lucky. But with that luxury comes a responsibility, and that's where we all come in. In our little corner of the world, we acknowledge that we have a part to play, to support one another, to care for one another, to listen to one another. I think I speak for all of us when I say thank you to Mayor Andrew, to the town council, to all who strive to make Lambertville an open and inviting and beautiful place to live and work and play. Thank you for serving and striving to do what's best for all of us. But they're not the only ones who have a part. So I encourage us all, with God's help, to support their work and be a positive and thoughtful part of the energy that runs through this town. The world seems to be plagued with so much sadness and pain lately, and I hope that in the year to come, we can all do our part to alleviate any small piece of that pain, to offer ourselves in love and service as an offset to all that is hard in our world, to be the voice of reason and love and peace, even as hatred reigns, to act with integrity, humility, and courage, even when it feels like an uphill battle. This is my hope for us all. Amen.
Good to see you. Now we will have the certification of the election.
The Board of Canvassers of Hunterdon County, New Jersey, relative to an election held in the County of Hunterdon on November 7, 2023, for the election of the following mentioned offices in the city of Lambertville, 2 3-year city council seats. That said board does determine that Stephen Stegman and Benedetta Lambert were duly elected to city council. The certification is signed by Mary Malfi, county clerk, and J. Philip Griner, the chairman, county of board canvassers.
Go with the voice.
Yes.
Starting with Councilwoman elect Landry. I go that way. Yeah, there you go. Send it here.
Thank you. Do you want to have yeah, so yes. Tell me good. What's all okay, please put your hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, and repeat after me.
I only did this once.
I, Benedetta Lambert,
I, Benedetta Lambert,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and the governments established in the United States
and the governments established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform all the duties
and justly perform all the duties
of the office of City Council
of the office of City Council
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I know you.
Madam
A couple of.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me.
Mhm.
I, Stephen M. Stegman,
I, Stephen M.
do
Stegman,
solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New
and
Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same,
and the governments established in the United States
and the government established in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all the duties of City Council
perform all the duties of City Council
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Thank you. Welcome back, you two. It's like you never left.
Sometimes that's what it feels like. That's a good feeling.
And now we have the matter of council president, the election of a council president. So each year we elect a council president. But at this time I would open it up for possible nominations.
I would nominate Ben Lambert for council president. It's a pleasure to toss my baton to you.
If she gets voted on. Okay, well, let's do a roll call on this, please, Cindy.
Sure. Councilwoman Kaminsky,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lambert,
Yes.
Councilman Lodge,
Yes.
Councilman Stegman.
Yeah, the easy vote. Yes, of course.
Yes, congratulations, council president.
Okay, revival. One thing you want to hold for revival.
Oh, well, we have some other ones. He's enjoying the Bible holding thing.
Okay, so raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Benedetta Lambert,
I, Benedetta Lambert,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the governments established in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform all of the duties of the office of council president
perform all of the duties of the office of council president
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Okay, I'll sign this.
At this time, I'd like to open the meeting up to public participation, public comment. We will just have one public comment period in this particular meeting. We typically have two, but I think for today, we'll just have this one. If there are members of the public who wish to speak, we would ask you to step up to the podium here unless you have mobility issues. We ask that you please state your name and your address. You have 3 minutes of uninterrupted time for questions or comments. We will let you know when the planning director up. So, are there people in the room who wish to speak this morning? Really? Okay, 2024 is off to a good start. Now we welcome public comment. Is there anybody online?
One person and their hand is not raised.
Okay. Well, I would entertain a motion to close the public comment period, please. Second, please.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Right, and each year we have some time to have members of the council share their thoughts about last year, this year, whatever's on their mind, and we'll start with Councilwoman Kaminsky today.
Well, just gonna get, well, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. And I hope you're all having a great holiday season and it's New Year, so all the best for 2024 to you and your families. We have few things to go through today, so I'll be brief. I want to congratulate our new council president and our outgoing council president for service to be, service done, and to continue, and your reelection and continue working together. Of course, and then we feel out a great councilman and our mayor as well. We always try to do what's best, for the community. So just for 2024, I guess one thing we'll continue to do is work on the Clausen property at Alcombe Park and recoup some of our expenses for the purchase price. So we've been working on some of this and, hopefully we'll have more to come in 2024. We're still committed to holding the line on taxes, in the coming budget. And also to climate change and, coming up with some type of answers on flooding and stormwater that are, meet the needs of the community long term, but also, meet our affordability concerns as well. I know affordability, and the high prices of things hit everybody's pocketbook these days. So we're keenly aware of this as we are every day that we go to the grocery store or, pay the bills or, do some things. So we keep our eye on that, but trying to serve, us in one of our biggest issues as well. And certainly in 2024, the beginning is going to be interesting where we have some issues with the bridge closure. But we were able to work with the county and get some, advertising information with a QR code for walkers, for the shuttle service and for drivers of how this is going to work. It's available, in the city hall, but in the stores as well. But as this progresses, please feel free to, contact us with any problems that you're having or issues. We've all been kind of, struggling with this. And I know I was just down, getting lunch every day this week. And, people are talking about it and, and we certainly want to be here for you and, maybe help do some extra things for the business community during that time. So thank you. And
Thank you. So first I want to also recognize former council president Steve Stegman for everything he did last year, and I really appreciate you helping, especially when Karen and I came on board. And I also want to wish our new council president Lambert, best wishes for next year. I look forward to working with you. And I think 2023 was in the beginning, we had the train wheels on a little bit, as we came onto council. It took a little while for us to really work together and address some of these issues, but I think we really hit our stride. I'm really looking forward to this next year. I think it's very nice that we have some continuity. And I'm really looking forward to addressing the affordable housing issues we have here in Lambertville this year. I think we're gonna have some updates for you shortly on that. As Councilwoman Kaminsky mentioned, hopefully we have some developments regarding the Clausen property, Holcomb property as well, that I think will benefit the community tremendously in terms of recouping some of those expenses that we spent, but also figuring out how we can best utilize this property. So I really look forward to working with everyone, and I think we're gonna have a great 2024.
Forgive me if I say Council President by mistake, but Councilman Stegman?
Just don't call me late for dinner. Happy New Year's, Jack. And we have been through a growth year, I would say 2023 for everybody. And I'm really glad to be here to help and witness going forward. I know Ben, I got to know Ben very well over the past 4 or 5 years. And Andrew, you're a lucky man to have such a great person as council president going forward, and anything that I know any of us can do to help support you during that time, just reach out and ask. Thank you for all the work that you've done. The Clausen property, or Holcomb, it's such a bad habit. The Holcomb Park, it's little too many words to get out. We have been, as both council people have said, been on making getting some getting a plan in place to use the property as a park, to keep it from being developed into housing, and to best utilize the buildings and the property for the benefit of the city, and also the benefit of people that who will be up at that park and enjoying the open space that we had purchased. I'm also very cognizant of the fact that parking is diminished. It can be diminished in the city. It's always in my role as on the Chamber of Commerce as president. Parking, of course, is on everybody's minds who have businesses, and residents as well who live in the central and around the central business district. There's a lot of challenges ahead. I would encourage everybody during the bridge closure to shop more locally than you may do at the present time. I know I have done that as well. It's great to be downtown, living up on the hill. It's great to be downtown and just to see the diversity and the quality of businesses and services provided by our business community. So anything that we can do, or I can do, or the mayor can do, or the council to help alleviate that pain, certainly, and my phone number's in the book. And I'm happy to join and welcome you to the President's Club. There, I don't have everybody's names who have been council president during this time, but just a few top of my head. And John McManus, Cindy Iggy had been council president. Ward Sanders, and most recently Beth Sarah, Julia Taylor, just to name a few. So welcome to the club.
Thank you.
And no performances on Saturday night. In concluding, I'm just so happy to be reelected to this position. I've spent many years, many happy moments and many not happy moments, but helping through disasters and floods and stormwater. It's a challenge for the entire city, and how we plan to go forward with some type of plan to control it is one of my key focuses. And thank you so much.
President?
Okay. First, I would like to thank the voters of Lambertville for giving me an opportunity to serve for another 3 years. It is a privilege and an honor, and it it makes me very happy. I would also like to thank the family and friends, family members and friends that some of whom traveled a little bit of a distance to come today. My husband and son, they have to be here. Aunt Martha, who is known to many in the community through our son Russell. Thank you for coming. And I'd also like to thank my fellow council members for their confidence in electing me as council president. I look forward to a very productive, successful year. As Councilman Lyde pointed out, we are now a group that has worked together for the last 12 months. And I think we can get things done a little more, not a little more, but even more productively as we move forward. I would also like to take a minute to recognize all of the city employees who work so hard every day, all the departments, police, courts, city offices, public works. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but if I didn't mention you, you are an employee, you work hard, and you worked hard in 2023, and I know that your efforts will continue in 2024. This moment gave me an opportunity to think about why I chose to run for public office. 3 years ago, Lambertville was really undergoing a generational change that was made worse by a pandemic, by COVID. Many of our longtime residents moved out. Many new people moved in. Businesses that were here for decades closed and replaced by newer enterprises. And it was during that period that I realized that I wanted to participate directly in kind of managing or driving the changes that would and how they would affect our community. And it's really important to me to find a way to move us forward into the future while retaining the character, the charm, I don't know what the other word is, but something, the thing that makes us Lambertville and why we all love living here. The challenges from 3 years ago were quite daunting. Some of you may remember. And while there will always be challenges, I am pleased to see that we have, as a city, have made a lot of progress. We still have challenges and we have opportunities. I think our challenges are turning into opportunities, actually. And whether the challenge or the opportunity be affordable housing, housing that's affordable, managing our city properties, conducting our fiscal practices responsibly with respect to how we spend taxpayer funds, or stormwater management and climate change. As we tackle the solutions to our issues, it's vital that we look for ways to allow longtime residents who want to remain, that they can stay here while we make a place for newer residents. In closing, I just want to say how much I enjoy being your council member. This is really the most satisfying job I've ever had. Thank you.
I'll keep my remarks brief. I will offer some more formal thoughts on the state of the city at the next council meeting, which is on the 18th, is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, and a copy of that will be available on the city website for those of you who don't make the meeting. But today, like many days, starts with gratitude for me. First of all, to former Council President Stegman, we had a great year together. We met every Tuesday morning, almost every Tuesday morning. And whether we were thinking about the big things long term or just working through some of the minutia of decision making and policy making, 99% of the time we had fun. And I forgot about the 1% of the time that we didn't have fun. No, it's been a great relationship. And I think one of the things that I like best about the people on my right is that they, in particular, Steve has a just an incredible history of, and a deep well of understanding of what Lambervillians want, what they need, who's who, and I've been very grateful for that, for your leadership and your insight. The council president as well, I'm looking forward to working with you this year. I think we're gonna have a great year. I think there's gonna be lots of interesting things to talk about and to do. And I can't wait to get started. And I think it was, I'm not sure, I think it was to your point, Councilman Lyde, we have a whole year behind us and we have a whole year in front of us as a group. And I think that we've really matured nicely as a group and that we're gonna do good things this year. So, and also I always give a shout out to my beloved city employees, or our beloved city employees, with whom I work every day in City Hall, on the streets, in the yard, wherever you are, I am, and it makes me happy. It makes me happy to be a part of this family with the council and with the employees and with the community. So it's just it's a tremendous amount of gratitude for me, and that's what motivates me to get out of my house every day and to come and do the work of serving the community. So thank you for being here, and thank you for always being a part of the community and an active part of the community. All right. Thank you. All right, we're gonna move on to appointments to boards and commissions. So we're going to do this first, nominations we're gonna consider the motion to confirm my nominations to various boards and commissions. So I'm not gonna read through all of these names, but these are people with one or two exceptions that have faithfully served already on our boards and commissions and are being reappointed. Our boards and commissions are amazing groups of 100 plus volunteers who show up at meetings all throughout the month, all throughout the year, and do really just a tremendous amount of work. And so, I will be attending all of the reorganization meetings for each of these boards and commissions in January. I think it's a total of 14. And it's a wonderful thing for me to do, to show up at these meetings and to participate and to listen and to see what the priorities are, kind of on the ground with these boards and commission. And really, again, when we talk about kind of being mindful of Lambertville's kind of status quo, its history, its cultural values, all of that is reflected in our boards and our commissions, whether it's the planning board or the Parks and Rec. We have an amazing group of people. I'm just absolutely delighted to be able to offer these names as nominations to the various boards and commissions. Are there any questions about any of these appointments from the council? No. All right. Hearing none, I would ask for someone to make a motion to confirm my nominations.
So
Second. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
moved.
Aye. Thank you. Next we have boards and commissions. This is an appointment. We're gonna have to sort of break a few things out here and there in this meeting for reasons you'll see as we go along. But we have appointments to the Parks and Rec Commission. And unless there are any questions from the council, I would entertain a motion to confirm these nominees as well.
So
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And
Abstain.
do I?
I think I have to abstain.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, it's on that side. Oh, good catch. All right, we have proclamations. So we every year we honor our retiring board members, and this year I'm going to read this proclamation. Whereas the city of Lambertville has over 100 volunteers serving on our boards and commissions throughout the city of Lambertville, and whereas they donate many hours to research and working collaboratively on efforts that benefit our community, and whereas the following people are hereby recognized for their many contributions to our beautiful city. And Human Rights Council, Bruce Harris and Trina Bardusco, Lambertville Free Public Library, Manisha Argwal, Parks and Recreation Commission, Alexis Behrens and Patricia Walker, Planning Board, Matt Blake, Shade Tree Commission, Helen Pettit, Zoning Board of Adjustment, William Neely. Cindy, was there somebody sitting out from historic preservation? Yes.
I don't think so.
All right, let's list it. So now be it therefore resolved by the governing body of the city of Lambertville that these individuals are hereby recognized for their many volunteer efforts within our beautiful city. And be it further resolved that Saturday, January 13th is hereby celebrated as Community Volunteer Day in our city. So may I have a motion to adopt this proclamation, please?
So moved.
Second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
The motion carries. Now we have a special proclamation this morning for a couple of people who have been amazing assets in our beloved city. You think about I often think about influence. My father used to say you can either be a good influence or a good cautionary tale. We've got some really incredible influences here. Whether it's our council, whether it's our volunteers, whether it's people who just show up endlessly and weeknights and weekends and chip in all over the place. I think it's really important for us to make note and to celebrate those things. And so this is an important part of kind of my giving back to the community. I always want to really make sure that at least a few times a year we acknowledge people. And here today we're going to acknowledge all of the amazing contributions of a couple of people. And I'm going to ask Pat to step up to up here with me, and any family members that you want to have come up as well. And we have a proclamation, and we're going to read it. The council members are going to read it, and then we will vote on it. Right here. Morning. Yeah.
All right. This,
Yeah, when we're done, you guys all can have.
Daniel, sister-in-law, Irene.
All right, Councilwoman.
Whereas Pasquale Vittori, the son of Philip L. and Bertha Vittori, was born and raised in the city of Lambertville. And whereas Spring Vittori, the daughter of Robert and Marilyn Lobandusky, was born and raised in Mount Holly, New Jersey. And whereas it was through their dedication to life-saving efforts that they met, married, and raised their two sons, Daniel and Matthew, in the city of Lambertville.
Whereas, as a teenager, Pat joined the youth division of the rescue squad and became a full member in 1965. He served as president of the rescue squad during the merger with Lambertville Ambulance Association and continued to serve as the president for 18 years. Pat has also served as treasurer of the 10th District of New Jersey State First Aid Council. Whereas, Pat was one of the first EMT instructors in the state of New Jersey, and he is active in teaching CPR to the community. He is the director of the squad's youth program, serves on the board of trustees for the Lambertville New Hope Ambulance and Rescue Squad, and is the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award from the EMS Council of New Jersey. Pat has served on the Zoning Board of Adjustment for decades and is currently serving as the chairperson.
Whereas Spring Vittori, née Lobandusky, is remembered for her love of reading, elaborate costumes for the Lambertville Halloween Parade, incredible pies, heroic canine search and rescue handler, and for being a loving Nona to Zeta Faye and Brianna Spring. Whereas she graduated from Mercer Medical Center School of Nursing and Trenton State College, earning her BSN degree. Spring worked as a lactation consultant and staff nurse at Hunterdon Medical Center. She served as the school nurse at West Amwell Elementary School and Stockton Borough Elementary School, and is a substitute nurse for Lambertville Public School and South Hunterdon Regional High School, where her love for children benefited many.
Whereas Spring was a canine search specialist with New Jersey Task Force 1 Urban Search and Rescue from 1998 to 2023, a first responder for the World Trade Center 9/11 attack with her canine partner Nutmeg, the canine unit leader for Lambertville New Hope Ambulance and Rescue Squad, president of the Palisade Search and Rescue Dog Association, a volunteer with the Penn Vet Working Dog Center of Philadelphia and a former member of the Pennsylvania Task Force One. Spring served as Secretary for Emergency Response Canines, Inc., a volunteer organization helping canine handlers purchase working dogs. Whereas the governing body of the city of Lambertville in the county of Hunterdon and the state of New Jersey hereby recognizes the many contributions made to our community by Pat and Spring.
Now therefore be it resolved, the Pasquale, Spring, Nutmeg, and Pinto Bean are forever memorialized in the minutes of the governing body and will be remembered for their dedication to all. May I have a motion to approve this resolution?
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank you.
Come on, come on down here.
Thank you to everybody. And able to do it. I'm sure Spring would appreciate it very much. I appreciate your thoughts and the words. Thank you. Thanks.
Sure.
Want to sit here behind you? Yeah.
Maybe
Away a little more. Yeah, okay, fair. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, oh, it's like sandals. Sure.
Where's the point?
Here. What's the sound? Yeah. Well.
So before we move on, I just want to make a little bit of space here to acknowledge that we do suffer in our lives. We suffer confusion, sadness, loss. There are those who suffer addiction, grief, physical or emotional pain, mental illness, and broken relationships. The kindness and compassion of others may ease these burdens, though some, like grief, may never fully be eased. So I'd like to ask everyone to just take another moment of quiet here, just to reflect on what was painful in our lives in 2023. Maybe just pick something in your life and offer it as a kind of a release or a thank you to someone who helped you see it through. For us to live our fullest lives, we must be willing to grieve what is lost, so that may we always refresh our hope. Thank you. It's good to be together. Moving on, resolutions. The following set of resolutions will be authorized using a consent agenda. These resolutions number 01 through 01/2024 through 25/2024. These are all matters which we need to do every January 1st in order to kind of set the city up. Temporary budget, through all the things that we need to do, authorizing signatures on city bank accounts. Council President Lambert will be on that list this year. Basically everything that we need to do to get going tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. So unless there are any questions from the council, I would let's see. Oh, there's one thing I do want to highlight. So The resolution with which authorizes the professional services contract for 2024 calendar year using the open and fair process. We had to do something a little bit different this year. The auditors suggested that it's suggested / required that we estimate escrow accounts for our professionals. And so we have additional numbers in here, which you probably have not seen before. And these are really just kind of pass-through sums that are, you know, our best guesses for escrow accounts for planning board attorney and engineers and that kind of thing. We'll keep an eye on that over the course of the year, but it's definitely good practice for the public and for us to sort of have an understanding of how much is going through these pass-through accounts to our various professionals. So that's a change this year that we didn't have previously. I think that was the only thing I wanted to highlight. Were there any questions from the council on any of these resolutions?
Yes, I have a question about resolution 25-24, the holidays for
Mhm.
2024.
Yeah.
So I see we're giving employees the option to choose Good Friday or Yom Kippur.
Mhm.
Like a floating holiday, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that mean in terms of office hours at City Hall for those days?
So, in the clerk's office, I'll pick one holiday and Lindsay will pick another. We will not be closed.
Okay,
So-
that's all I wanted to clarify. Yeah, I think it's confusing for the
Yeah.
public. Cause, because we actually added Juneteenth, right?
Yes.
Which was, you know, a good thing.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're offsetting it with that floating choice day, right? Yeah, okay.
And this was as you can read it in the resolution, was the result of a conversation that we had with a resident who had some thoughts about you know, kind of diversifying the holidays. And so, you know, this is after several conversations in City Hall and with the staff, we thought it would be best to offer, you know, Good Friday or Yom Kippur as a choice. So a little bit of progress forward. Any other questions? Okay, hearing none, would someone make a motion, please?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, the motion carries. Okay, we have resolution number 26-2024. This is a resolution authorizing professional service contract for 2024 calendar year using the fair and open process. We'll ask Councilman Stegman to step up the dais as he is recused from this vote.
And Mayor, it's also the zoning board nomination.
And the zone, and includes the zoning board nominations, correct? Thank you for trying that out. Are there any questions about any of these appointments? Okay, so someone, thank you, Karen. Second, Councilwoman, thank you. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Thank you. Motion carries. You may rejoin us. Thank you. A few announcements. So we are going paperless. We have a QR code. Thank you, Lindsay, for posting it out here. I'm probably still gonna use a little bit of paper from time to time because it's hard for me to do this on the computer and all of that. But if you have any questions about this, certainly the QR code will have the current meetings agenda. You know, one more thing, it's a small thing, but it's a good thing.
It would equate to about 2 boxes of paper a year. So it is a saving. We're doing a little bit for, you know, the environment.
And also time.
Time.
That's right.
Our journey. Find a way to load up this.
There is no vacuum of free time at City Hall.
We have a magic slate using, so like it's,
Pull it over.
yeah, the magic.
As Councilwoman Kaminsky noted, the bridge is closing. The current date for work to begin is January 22nd. I spent a couple of days this week passing these out to the shops on Bridge Street and all throughout the central business district. So those are throughout, and we do have them here. Stuff updates are made available. We'll certainly keep everybody informed via Lambertville Matters and Facebook and at council meetings. As Councilwoman noted, certainly we're always happy to answer questions or kind of pass along, your thoughts. Licensing, it's time to, did you know you can renew your dog license and parking permits online? You have anything to say about that? Lindsay?
I would encourage everyone to renew online. It simplifies the process. You can always stop by City Hall and bring your dog when you do it. But we're trying to streamline everything to move online, so it's on the city website, very easy, straightforward, especially for renewals.
One other thing we didn't talk about, this is not on the agenda, but I'll mention it. Our short-term rental ordinance has gone into effect in November. And there's a lot of software work that has to be done in the application process. So are we thinking that we're definitely gonna do paper this year for the first year? So sorry, we just lost some paper here in our effort to go paperless. So registrations for those will be done on paper for the first year until we get to it's a very complicated set of requirements in the software program. So just be looking for that. Obviously, we're around to help with everything. Parking stickers expired on New Year's Eve, so you can review those online. Also, as of tomorrow, we are moving to e-tickets here in the city. I went to the training last week at the police station, so it's going to make things much more efficient in terms of the parking tickets here in the city. You can't tear them up; they're waterproof. Yes, one of the guys that was doing the training said, "Oh yeah, the first time we saw somebody try and tear one of these up in anger, he got really mad because he couldn't tear it up." Right, so it's going to be very efficient. Once the ticket is input on the touch screen in the software, it goes within a minute to the court system, the state court system. So Monday mornings there won't be a deluge of people calling about tickets that happened over the weekend because they'll already be in the system. So that was good work. Thank Lieutenant Brown and Sue Bacorn in particular who made that happen. Scheduled reorganization meetings is here. I'm not going to go over that. As I said, I will be attending all of those this month. And just one, I'll do a couple of the other announcements. Convenience Center, January 6th from 9 to noon, and January 17th from 3 to 5. Monday, January 15th, we will be closed for Martin Luther King Day. And just a nice announcement on Friday as I was getting ready to leave for the day. I had two sets of residents come in. Jim Johnson and Nancy Northrop, who live on York Street, came in and dropped off a check for $10,000 for the Shade Tree Trust Fund. So that was a super nice way to end the year. And Michelle Rago, whose house is just here at the corner of Swan and South Union, also dropped off a check for $5,000 for the Shade Tree Trust Fund. So lots of good things happening, lots of people being engaged, and I was like, wow, this is fantastic. It's a great way to end, and we'll certainly follow up with our thanks to them in Lambertville matters as well. Unless there's any comments or questions from the council? Yes.
Yeah, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank Karen, who will be the representative from the council on the planning board this coming year.
Yes.
So excellent choice, and I just can't wait to see your input on the board.
Take your guidance and thank you.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
It's an honor to succeed you.
And anything from the clerk or the deputy clerk?
Nothing but thank you. Thank you all for serving and for your dedication to the city, and to all of our friends who have given back and made this a better place to live. Thank you.
Sweet. All right, well, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Happy New Year. Thank you for coming.